What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Crystal and this is Crystal's Copia, where we live a life of abundance. And today I'm going to show you my updated everyday makeup routine. Also in part 2 of this video, I'm going to show you how I style my hair and how I wear it for days and days. I typically only wash my hair twice a week at most. And so if you want to see my everyday makeup, then just keep watching. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know the type of content that you like. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video again. That being said, let's get into it. First off, I start with e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Actually, first I should say I start off with a moisturizer, but then I go in with the e.l.f. Putty Primer right afterwards. I really like to work this in with my hands, and I concentrate on the T-zone area. I'm speeding this up because you guys have stuff to do, and this is a fast makeup routine. Typically, it takes me about 5 minutes. Next up, I'm going in with these illuminating drops. All of the makeup that I'm using will be linked in the description box below so that you guys can try it if you want. This, I just squeeze a few drops into my hand, and then I'm showing you here about how much, and then I just blot it on and rub it in with my fingers. Illuminating drops will make your face look kind of dewy, and I have really dry skin, so I love that. Wipe my lips off with the Norwex rag. Now I'm going in with the Becca Under Eye Corrector. I love this. It's very reflective and it helps give brightness to your under eyes. Then I'm going in with two of my favorite drugstore foundations, the CoverGirl Olay Simply Ageless, and then the CoverGirl Outlast. I like to mix these. You definitely don't have to, but again, I have dry aging skin, and so I like to mix them because I feel like the Olay is super moisturizing, and then the Outlast has a little bit more coverage. A little bit goes a long way with both of these. I do basically a pump of each, and then I like to apply them with a damp Real Techniques Beauty Blender. If you want more coverage, you can dab your foundation on. If you are trying to blend it in more, you can do kind of a rubbing technique you'll see here, but if I'm trying to build the foundation up to get more coverage, I will start kind of pressing it into my skin, making sure to bring it down my neck and décolleté. You also want to make sure that you're getting that area around your nose. I feel like that's a part where people don't get blended in well, and you can really see that creasing there. Next, I'm going in with the Tarte brand Shape Tape in the shade Light. And I'm being very mindful not to use too much of this because, again, I do have fine lines and I don't want to draw attention to them. So I'm just dabbing it there in the dark parts of my eye and then bringing it a little bit up on the corner of my eye to give me some lift. And then I'm also using the Wet n Wild contour stick. Again, I'll leave these all linked down below. But I love this because it's not a lot of coverage. It's a very inexpensive product, but I like that it's not too much coverage because, especially if you're nervous to contour, this blends in really, really well. And you'll see I'm doing my neck here too, just to kind of help with the, double chin action. To blend this in, I'm using an IT Cosmetics foundation brush. I like to use brushes for this part because I can really work the product in and I don't get as much settling under the eyes. And then it also helps me to blend out that contour. I think a lot of people are afraid of makeup, but it's actually really fun. And when you watch videos like this, don't think that you need to buy every single thing in the video, but maybe you'll get some tips and tricks, and maybe there's a few new products that you'd like to try. Again, I have a ton of products that I love that are all drugstore, very inexpensive. The higher end products that I do buy tend to last me a really long time, and so that's why I feel like they're worth the money. Next, I'm going in with another drugstore product. This is the Fit Pressed Powder. And again, all these products will be linked down below. I believe this one is by Maybelline. And I'm just going to go through and set the foundation and the concealer that I just applied, as well as the contour. Under eyes, I like to press this in and around my nose. I feel like I get a little bit oily in that T-zone area, so you'll see me kind of press the powder in those areas, and that just helps give you a little bit extra coverage there. It also helps with creasing on the under eye. Next, I'm going in with one of my favorite products. This is the MAC Paint Pot, and this is the shade Painterly, and I'm basically putting this all over my entire lid. This is an eyeshadow base. If you are not using an eyeshadow base, you need to get one. They are bomb, and they will keep your eyeshadow on all day long. And especially if you're using inexpensive shadow, you definitely want this. This thing lasts like 6 months. It's crazy how long it lasts. And you can also apply it with your finger. I kind of go back and forth. Sometimes I apply it with a brush, other times my finger. You also want to make sure that you're getting the inner corner and the outer corner of your eye because we're going to be applying shadow there as well. Next, I am going in with a big fluffy brush, and I am just using that same setting powder all over my face to set it. And then I'm also doing a little bit of bronzer. This is MAC Give Me Sun, and I'm doing this in kind of the shape of an E around my face. So I get my forehead, jawline. I pull a little bit down to look tan, but basically you're going to want to make a giant E on your face with your bronzer. Make sure you tap a little bit off. I love the MAC Give Me Sun because it's buildable, but it's not too pigmented where you have to be super careful with it. Next, I'm going in with this highlighter brush. I don't even know if that's what it's called, but that's what I call it. And I'm doing a MAC highlighter as well. I can't remember the name of this, but again, everything is linked down below. I am just really saturating that brush and then dusting it on. This brush is made to apply highlighter, so it's really hard to get too much in my opinion. And I do a little on the tip of my nose and above my lip and my Cupid's bow. And I just love this highlighter. It lasts forever. All right, next I am using a blush brush, and It Cosmetics makes some great makeup brushes, and they sell them at Walmart and Ulta. So if you're looking for some great inexpensive makeup brushes, It Cosmetics and Real Techniques are both really good ones. I'm using NARS blush in the shade Orgasm. I love this blush, and I actually learned a trick when applying blush that I didn't know before I made this video, so I want to share it with you, and that is to keep the blush 2 fingers away from your lips to give you lift. And I've been doing that, and I've been loving it. And I also like to put blush on my nose because I feel like it gives you a sun-kissed look and it looks more natural. This is an old MAC eyeshadow brush. I'll try to find it and link it down below, but I'm going in with my holy grail of shadow, and it's called All That Glitters, and it looks great on everyone, and I love it. And this is in my Z palette, so you can buy these in single little shadows, which I love because then you don't have to get a bunch you don't like. But I like to put it in the Z palette because then I'm only opening, you know, a few things when I'm doing my makeup instead of having a bunch of things to open. And this I'm just applying over my entire lid, and I'm bringing a little bit up into the crease as well. Next, I am going in with this really light kind of creamy color. I will leave the name of it linked down below, but I feel like this color you can find in a lot of different palettes. It's just kind of a light, not a white, but like a little bit of a flesh tone. And then I'm also going to add this kind of bright, more reflective light color. I'll leave the, again, name linked down below, but I'm going to put this in the inner corner and outer corner of my eyes, and it's just going to make me look more awake. Okay, next I'm using a brush that came in one of my palettes, and it has a dual end. And I like to use the more pointed end to take like a darker brown to line my lower lid. Again, I'll leave the one I'm using linked down below, but you can find these in a lot of palettes. And then I'm going in with a MAC shadow again, and this is called Sweet Heat. And I love this because it pairs so well with that champagne-y All That Glitters. And this is a dark, kind of like a plum color, but it's very buildable. So I feel like it does look good on a lot of different skin tones. And I'm just rocking this back and forth in my crease, and then getting that kind of outer corner as well. Forgive me for getting out of the shot here, but I'm blind and I'm trying to do this and show you guys also. Next, I'm going in with Grande Brow Fill. This is not my favorite, but I do like it. It is like a tiny little mascara wand, and it fills in your brows. And typically I like to tint my eyebrows, but I'm one of those people that if I buy something, I want to use it up because I paid money for it. And so this works just fine. But again, it's not my favorite. Again, I'm sorry for being at the edge of the camera here, but I am blind and it's so hard to do my makeup in the tiny little phone camera. So I'm using my little pressed powder here to try to help my blindness so that you guys can see what I'm doing here. But basically I'm just following the natural shape of my brow and adding this Grande Brow Gel. And now I'm taking the Anastasia brow pencil and I'm just kind of fluffing them up, and then I'll also use, it has a fine tipped self-sharpening edge, and so I'm just following the natural shape of my brow, adding a little, you know, bit of wispies to it, and then fluffing it up. And then just because I'm extra, I'm using the NYX brow glue to basically hold them in place. You can also use clear mascara for this, but the NYX brand is really inexpensive, and I just go through and lift my brows with it, and it holds them really, really well. And again, it's a very inexpensive Walmart drugstore product. This is my favorite eyeliner. It's by Maybelline. It's the Precise All Day Liner, and it looks like a little marker. And the trick to getting the eyeliner really close to your lash line is to kind of walk it in little sections. You'll see me here kind of doing a little bit of pressing and then moving over and pressing. But I love to wing eyeliner. It's kind of my thing. Again, it's not for everybody, and you'll see me kind of leave the camera here because I do have to get super close to the mirror to do this, but this is one of my favorite looks. Again, you don't want to line your upper and lower if you're trying to look younger because it can be super duper harsh. So that's why you see me doing just the dark liner on the top, and then I do a shadow on the bottom, and that's because I don't want to bring too much harshness to my eyes, and especially my under eyes, because I have fine lines there and I don't want to draw attention to them. And I technically should be using brown because I went and had my colors done and I'm technically a spring, and so brown liner is best for me, but it is really hard to find a good brown eyeliner. So if you know of one, please comment down below. But I just love this one, and sometimes I'll even go over it with the brown just to kind of mute it a little bit, but this is my favorite eyeliner. It works so well. And now I'm just curling my lashes here. And now I'm going in with L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. I like to do a little tiny skinny wand first as my first layer of mascara. I am definitely a 2-layer mascara gal. This one's great. I also like the Lash Discovery. I'm not sure what brand that is. I'll leave it linked down below, but that's another one of my favorites. And I like my mascara after it's been dried out a little bit. Let me know down below if you're like that as well. So sometimes I'll even open this up and do my eyeliner and let it kind of dry out because I have long lashes, but I don't have very dense lashes. And so they're kind of wimpy. And if I get too wet of an eyeliner, or if I get too wet of a mascara, it doesn't build well. So sometimes I'll even wipe the wand off. Okay, if you're only going to get one of these mascaras, get this one. This is the Maybelline. It's like the clean line, and this is brown that I'm using here. But I actually really like this mascara. I like it even more once it's dried out a little bit. And then the trick to get your mascara and your lashes to look really long is you want to kind of start at the base there and rock it out. Again, I apologize. I'm out of the screen here, and then if you do get any above, I've heard this complaint before, take a spoolie, which is the end of your brow pencil. It's the little thing that looks like a mascara one. And after it dries, you can kind of rub it with the spoolie and it will take those little black marks off. So there's a little hack for you. Okay, and then after mascara, I like to check my work here and then let it dry a little bit. And then I go in with L'Oreal Infallible Setting Spray. I love this. I do like 4 or 5 sprays. It just helps my makeup to sit. Again, super inexpensive. Hope you guys enjoyed my everyday makeup routine. Usually I just follow this up with a light gloss. I forgot to show you, but I will leave it linked in the description box. And I appreciate you guys coming by my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious, idiots, thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown, before the clock runs out.